Hi everyone. Well, how has lockdown been for you this week? I thought I would give it a wee bit of a Scottish look for a change. For most of you, it has been homeschooling again. It's not so much fun as being at school with your friends. Wearing masks in shops has become normal. Have you a more creative one? Or is that not cool? And we get those daily statistics. We can't get away from a maths class. Percentages, graphs, and numbers. Lots of numbers. Here's a maths problem. How many times do you see people getting vaccinated during the evening news? It starts in the main news, then it goes over to the Scottish news. We're living in in-between times. We know that brighter days are ahead of us when we will be able to come out of lockdown, but they're not here yet, so we're waiting. We wonder what's going to be next. We've got some idea. We've heard what's going to happen in the near future, but we're not sure when all the restrictions will end. When will we get back to school? We're not really terribly sure about that. When will we be able to see our friends? When will our friends be able to come round to our house? Yep, that will be great. Do you have someone who is your very best friend? Think about what you used to do together. You might text each other when you weren't meeting each other. I'm sure you're doing that just now. But think of the things that you used to be able to do along with your best friend. Well, here goes. What were they? Uh, Maybe play computer games together? Or share jokes? Play football or tennis together or watch a match on television? Go to school together? We used to tell things to each other that nobody else knows. We sat beside each other in school. We go to each other's homes. We have lunch together at school. In general, we just spend a lot of time together. Did you do these things? It's great to have a special friend you can hang out with and tell him or her everything. But wait a minute. A new text is coming through from my best friend. Dad has a new job. We're going to live in Australia. Oh, oh no. He's going away to Australia. What's it going to be like without him? Now I'm living in between times. He's still there with you, but you know he'll be going away soon, and you'll not see him again. You still do the same things with him, but he'll not be there soon. Oh, what's happened next? Oh, what will it be like when your best friend goes away? The house is up for sale. Oh no, it's sold. This is beginning to feel real. What will happen next? I wonder. Oh, I'm feeling so sad that he's going or she's going. The removal lorry will be next to come. And oh dear, then I'll have to say goodbye. Life will be so different without him. I'm going to really miss him. What's going to happen next? What will it be like going back to school without him? Who will I play computer games with? Who will be my best friend now? The disciples in the scripture passage today were living in in-between times. They had left everything to follow Jesus. They'd given up their day jobs and had travelled with Jesus, learning so much from him about God. He was saying to them, in a day or so you're not going to see me, but then in another day or so You will see me. They were rather confused about this. What on earth was he talking about? They were so puzzled and confused. Jesus said, "You will be sad, very sad. When I see you, you'll be full of joy, and it will be a joy no one can rob from you. You'll no longer be full of questions." They really were confused. They just didn't understand. How would they cope without Jesus? What would they do? They were certainly living in in-between times. Jesus was still with them, but what was going to happen next? What Jesus was talking about was his death and rising from the dead. They didn't know that Jesus would die on the cross. They didn't know that Jesus would rise from the dead and that they would see him again. That was all still to come. We know that because it was written down for us. But the disciples just knew Jesus was going away, and they were so sad. What would happen to them now? We know what happened. We know that Jesus died for us and that he rose again and is by his Father's side and is waiting to answer our prayers. Life may seem tough for us just now, so ask God to give you strength. Life is always full of changes, but God is in control of your life, so trust him with it, and Jesus will be with you every step of the way. Let's stand as Christians and be positive. Stand strong when life changes, because we know that God is in control.